What's going on, guys? Fighting Game Select is here. We are back again, and I'm here with Jiyuna. Jiyuna, what is good, bro?
We're just chilling out here, man. We had a little technical issue earlier, but everything should be okay right now, man. I'm happy to have a little talk today.
Yeah, that's good, dude. I mean, I'm glad you have more time to shoot the shit with me. So, we're gonna. I had you as my double agent coming through, getting information on, why the hell Street Fighter is not as popular in North America as in Japan, and you came back with some answers, and I wanted to hear it, bro. Why is it that Street Fighter Street Fighter 6 is just doing so popular in Japan right now, and why?
Yeah, I mean, you've been to Japan before. I feel like you've seen it just being out there, but kind of like the whole marketing engine out here, especially for Capcom, is insane. I think you guys had like a WWE collab or something in America when the game was launching.
No, yeah, like what's the wrestler's name? I forgot her name. But she dressed up as Jury.
Yeah. But like you had that one big collab, right? It's like, okay, we're on TV for that one day, and like that's pretty cool. But in Japan, it's like every single day, everywhere you go. Like if you go to the supermarket, you go to a convenience store, you go to like the gas station, just random spots, you'll see like Luke's face. They're doing like, we have a new Pocky collab with Ryu, or like we have a Red Bull collab here with Luke. We have like, they were doing the Street Fighter, what is it, Rolex watches, right? They have like Street Fighter perfume, just everything, just collabs everywhere you go around the country. You're gonna see Street Fighter somewhere. So it's way more mainstream. It's way more kind of like accepted as like, not like a nerdy thing, but just kind of like, it's just another series out here that people enjoy.
That's good, man. Well, the thing is, another thing I noticed a lot is just like, every time like I see like an event going down, it's always like quadruple the numbers. So, like, it is just like, how is it that so much, like, in terms of just having all of that, like, just all of those people just gather around? Is it just collabing with the VTubers? Like, I feel like there has to be like a little secret of like why all the things just working perfectly.
You said, I mean, I feel like that's one point, like the collab with the VTubers. Like that's kind of like a very general way to say it, but what that really means is it's collabing with people outside of the circle, right? That's something that I think we're all, like, I'm very guilty of that too. A lot of the Western FGC, we're in our own little bubble, right? We only care about high-level play. We only care about, who the best, who won that tournament. But that's not how you grow. So it's not just VTubers. It's just collabing with people that aren't traditionally in the FGC and kind of showing them how fun these games are, how cool the community is. And it's been happening since the first week. From week 1 on Street Fighter 6's release, they had Reject Fight Night. So since then, it's been like a monthly thing where just constant exposure to new audiences, you're making new fans, and that just leads to growth. And like you said, the EVO Japan, the main game, Street Fighter, had 5 times as many entrants as the second biggest game, Tekken. So it's taken over.
In terms of like the popularity, do you feel like a lot of new players are starting to like show up and like because of these things?
Yep. No, absolutely, right? So the events, like a lot of the players will attend events to spectate. EVO had a lot of entrants, and I'm not gonna lie and be like, all right, there were 5,000 players at EVO and like 5,000 of them were amazing, right? It's a lot of really, really low level, a lot of very casual, a lot of like beginner people are picking up the game. And the thing is, that's wonderful. It doesn't matter, right? You don't need 5,000 top players. You don't need 5,000 sweats. I'd rather have 5,000 new people, and the ones that are motivated and get good, but just people out there enjoying fighting games that's the key takeaway right there.
Yeah, because a lot of people always say, man, you got to make the game, where it's designed a certain way for casuals to keep playing the game. You don't, like, people don't want to go and keep learning things, but I always feel like you wanted to make it where it's easier for them to understand. Like, I think mono control is good. Make them understand so they can appreciate it more, and then like from there, you just like do a lot of like events with them to like make them feel a part of the event. But then like when the grand scheme of things happen, like the best players play it out, right?
Yeah,
and like
I think that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, and I think that they're killing it so hard that it's actually like crazy to see that out here, like key players carry the event there, but like obviously it's hard to work with a lot because we don't have transportation like that.
Yeah, so the offline, that's definitely a thing where, America's a big country. You can't do these kind of offline gatherings. But again, like the VTuber collabs, Reject Fight Night, CR Cup, that's all online. It's 100% online. They're just on Discord talking. All the matches are online. And those are still just getting, hundreds of thousands of views, like amazing, like optics, like new players picking up. So not everything has to be offline, although it does help. I definitely recognize that. Yeah, one of the beauty things about fighting games is that these new players can go out to a gathering and they can see Daigo, they can see Tokido, they can play with these legends in the scene. There's not like a divide, right? And that's once the tournament starts, we're all at the same level.
Yeah, and I think that's why I always think that offline like experience, it can never be unmatched, because you get a chance to like be there with these individuals and like play, and like you get a chance to play, and that's why big majors are always popular, because everybody goes there. I want to talk about this, man. Has there been any like new killers coming out of all of this?
I don't know if any of these guys were like, Street Fighter 6 is their first fighting game ever, but it's the first time they really kind of made a name for themselves. If you've been following along, the first one that comes to mind, I mean, obviously Kakeru, even though he did play, he played 5 towards the end, he played Ryu, but he didn't really have any big results. So like Kakeru just became an absolute menace, like the best player for a time out here. You got Hibiki the Beast. That was a Lily player, so when everyone said Lily is like bottom 1 character, Hibiki's out here beating people in tournaments, winning events, things like that. And then there are all these other players. Like they're not the best at the moment, but like I gotta bring up Leo. Leo, of course, the 11-year-old boy, the Luke player that was on Daigo show that did a lot of work. There's I forget his name, but there's like a 13-year-old legend Ken. I think you mentioned it was like a legend JP. Yeah, 13's insane to me.
Yeah, there was a 13-year-old like JP legend, and I was like, dang, like all these like young dudes are like just so godlike. And like,
so you got to keep them. That's the most important thing. You have to keep them interested, right? Because I've seen it happen before, where the young players are really good and then they move on to Valorant or something else. You got to keep them locked in on the FGC.
And what do you think are the things that keep them interested? Is it
you got to welcome? Yeah, it's these offline events. It's being able to interact with the community, right? It's being able to react with people, make friends, like see this stuff, participate, right? So just keep hosting, right? Keep hosting this stuff. In America, I know recently he just got second place, got picked up at Noah, right?
Yeah.
Noah the Prodigy, right? He started out as well at like 11, 12 in Marvel era?
Yeah, dude. Now we can officially call him Noah the Champion, because he got his big dub in New York. Yeah. So he's holding down. He got picked up by a Saudi Arabia team.
Yeah.
So good stuff to him. Yeah, he's doing really good. And even though he didn't win Combo Breaker, the fact that he still been consistent shows a lot of like how good he is. And
and just look at his journey though. He'd always been going out to these events. He'd always been interacting with the scene, and that's how you keep these newer players, these younger players, kind of interested and involved.
Yeah, and like it's great to see how again, like his gameplay has not changed, but I feel like he has more. His gameplay
stand heavy with the Hulk out here.
his gameplay hasn't changed, but he has more heart than ever. He's willing. He has a lot of confidence, and I think that's what you kind of have to have. And
comes with experience too.
Yeah, we got another protege, man. We got Ezio the Hokage, man. The Hokage.
So I've seen this Hokage fellow on Twitter. So this is a West Coast player?
Yeah, SoCal.
Oh man, I don't know. I gotta cheer for SoCal. I don't know, man. I got the East Coast bias.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is we got Noah and we got Ezio. But honestly, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ezio's like 13 years old too. So
damn.
And he is like he is dominating SoCal at a certain point. Nobody is not messing with this kid, and I'm a big fan of him because I like his play style. His play style is actually very impressive to watch. It's not like the new kids. He's a new kid, but he's like 60 years old. And
he got the old spirit, very calm, like defensive. He might be an East Coast player then. I don't know, because that's the East Coast style, man. The old East Coast style is super lame. Look at Justin.
I know.
Look at Justin, yeah.
I know. So to have that, I'm like a huge fan of that, and like seeing him play, man. I truly think that in like a couple of years, if he gets more experience, I think he's going to be like dominant.
That's what I want to see.
Because he already has the hard part down, which is controlling yourself when you're playing fighting games, right? Like controlling yourself, and like to have that much control as a 13-year-old is pretty goddamn good, you know.
I'm so thankful that there's no like footage of me playing when I was 13, because I was definitely mashing like a god. Yeah, and I thought I was the best player too. I think we all did, right? We all thought we were the best. You beat everyone at your school. You're like, man, I'm the best player in America right now. And then,
bro, you pull up at your homie house.
Yeah.
And you whip out the PS2, and you watch the power level. You got your scouter on.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the real one here? And then when the real one comes, all right, I want to play next.
All right, I'm going home. Man. I'm going home, man. This stinks.
Yeah. So it's interesting how how all of that kind of plays itself out, but it's dope to see that. They are remaining interested, and they still like riding the ranks. And shout outs to offline. I appreciate you guys running on offline events, because literally without that, like we wouldn't be able to like foster like skill like that.
Yeah, it's something everyone. I think all us old heads. Eventually, if you stop competing, even if you do still compete, you want to figure out how to keep supporting the scene, and like hosting an offline event, helping out with whatever you can, even just attending. Right, we have to support this stuff, and that's again coming back to Japan. That's what they do so well. Every single day, 7 days a week, there's an offline event. Right, if you want to play Street Fighter, if you're willing to travel just a little bit, you can find an offline gathering anywhere. It's really, really, even like Street Fighter 5 era, Street Fighter 4. Aside from arcades, there was never anything like this.
It's crazy because to hear that like it's more prominent like that in the arcade era is like crazy.
I mean, you go to an arcade, what happens? You go to an arcade, you just play by yourself, right? But if you go to these offline gatherings, you meet people, you talk, you learn, you share strategies, you run sets, you learn a lot more. And I think that helps all these new players just kind of improve and get strong so fast.
Is Street Fighter the only game that is like doing that? Like, is Granblue doing that? Is Tekken doing that?
So there are offline gatherings for the other games. Of course, we run Tatakai Tuesday every Tuesday, but the thing about Street Fighter is like every day there's someone else, right? There's some different TL running something. So it's the popularity in Japan just can't compare being Street Fighter and other fighting games. Yeah, it's too much.
It's too good. Well, that's crazy, man. Well, I believe eventually Street Fighter could get to that point out here. Obviously, it just takes a little bit more work because how the infrastructure is, but
are you starting to see some stuff though, right? I mean, Seijem's event with Tekken just gave you an example that this format does work out there, right?
Yeah.
Just the key is getting new people interested, new people involved, kind of showing them, because all it takes is like all you need is just to experience it once, get that one little taste of the FGC, and then like you're hooked, right? You're already in there.
And it's crazy how all of that works, and the fact that you could do this online in a simple way. Just have a cool format. Have a bunch of people cameo in, and everybody's having fun. And there's like a 5% chance that it's a 100% chance that 5% of those people there is going to stick with the game.
Scott Steiner math right there. All right, yeah.
But you know how it be. But I'm happy that fighting games are thriving. We're outside of the cave era,
Yep. No more the grimy basement, spooky grimy basement playing in the park or esports now, man.
Yeah, dude, it's great to see. But with that being said, man, thank you so much for having us here on our first take. We did a great job.
First take, yes. No audio issues. Perfect.
Yeah, no audio issues. Yeah. And with that being said, man, where can they find you, bro?
Come on, hang out, man. I stream when I can. YouTube, ANIMEILLUMINATI, Twitch, ANIMEILLUMINATI. We do all sorts of games, right? But recently, mainly, I'm on Granblue, Street Fighter, and Tekken. And let me show my event, too. I said earlier, Tatakai Tuesday. If you guys come to Tokyo, every Tuesday. Kizzie, you said you're coming back this year?
Yeah, man. I'll be there in October, bro. So I'll show some love out there.
Come on through. It's free. Everybody welcome.
First of all, who you playing Granblue? Because I want to play you in Granblue, too.
I just cycle through, so of course I'm playing Beatrix right now, but if I had to like train for a tournament, I'd go Sig. My Sig is good.
I smoke
near and Sig, but Sig is better for me.
I smoked them. Thank you so much, guys. You guys let me know in the comment section below. How do you guys feel about Street Fighter's popularity? And do you guys enjoy the events that are being ran where they get all of the, people from all over different communities and stuff are gathering up into big events. Let us know in the comment section below. Why is it? And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.